Another strategy for dealing with those pestering what if thoughts is to answer them. I mean, what if thoughts are questions after all, right? See, what if thoughts tend to lead us in our imagination up to the edge of what feels like a cliff, dangling over the abyss, facing certain catastrophe. And we're filled with dread and anxiety, aren't we? But by answering the what if question, you can construct a plan and feel more empowered. For example, if the what if question is, what if I lose my job? Well, what if you lose your job? Go ahead and imagine that happening. See it in your mind's eye, actually occurring. It's very uncomfortable to imagine that, right? It's fearful, anxiety provoking, right? But what if you lost your job? What would you do? What's the first thing you would do? Who would you call? Where would you turn? How would you deal with this? Write it down. And then what would you do? Write that down. And then what would you do? Write that down. Be sure to bring to mind all of your resources, both internal and external, for coping with this situation, and write it down. Now you see, instead of worrying, you're problem solving. Instead of dangling over the abyss, you're building a bridge across it. And most importantly, now, even though you don't want this dreaded thing to happen, you can begin to imagine that it is indeed survivable. I'm psychologist Dr. John Wilson. Thank you for listening.